Cancer, we are back. Oh my goodness, I have missed your spicy little faces, but I've taken a temporary break from YouTube. Love, hate, right? I find the other platforms so much easier to just create and be and exist, but really I secretly love the YouTube platform and I need to dedicate more time here. However, Cancer, hi, hello, we are back and we are ending the year with what's in store from now until the back end of December 2025. Now, Cancer, I'm feeling it, right? There's a lot of energy that's coming up for you right now, but there's a busyness. There's a real busyness, and action-led focus is very much at the core of your back end of year. And so right now, I know you keep trying to convince yourself on a mindset level, like, I just want to chill out. I don't want to do the things. I just want time to myself. I just want to relax. I just want to do this. You're just getting in your head. Yes, you might want to do all of those things. Yes, you might want to relax, but also, do you want your future more? Because I do feel like you're laying down some very, very healthy foundations right now. And yeah, there's a lot going on, but actually secretly you enjoy it. It's almost like you tell yourself that it should be a slower time because it's December, because you're at a time in your life where it should be slower and you should be enjoying yourself. But why are you resisting? There's a busyness here because there's things that are coming to the surface. And this is where you need to remember that busyness sometimes means getting results. And so there is a very, very result-focused energy from now until kind of the early weeks of December month. And then as we're going back into the later December month, things can then change again. However, the busyness that's coming from now to early December months, it does feel like you're going to have to see how much you can kind of cram into a short time frame, because there's things that you want to get done and it's time to get them done. I feel the biggest thing that held you back this year, whether it be in career or relationships, is moving from survival mode. You move from this energy of last minute all of the time. You were constantly having to be like on the ball with your thought process. And when I'm connecting with your energy, Cancer, that survival mode does not want to go into 2026. I feel like you need to get out of survival mode where it's constant last minute energy and start thinking further ahead. Now, I feel like you're constantly like in the moment. And so if you've got a business and you've got a career, you're constantly trying to respond in the moment. And that's just not the right energy for you. You can't be walking through life responding in the moment, just grabbing food when you're on the go, picking up a meal deal. You need to be planning ahead and nourishing your body and life the way that is going to serve you. And so what I'm noticing from now until like the early weeks in December is that you're having to like get ahead of the curve. It feels like there's things that are changing financially. Maybe money is dropping off, or maybe what's happening is that you're desiring, woo, my dog's just having a little fit there in the corner trying to get onto the window ledge. There's all of these things that are changing and shifting, and you need to get ahead of the curve, because the more organized you are, the better the things are going to work out. And so the action you put in right now is the action that you get out, and I feel like you are capable of it. You just need to see. Now, I'm being very much drawn to motivation right now, Cancer, because it feels like your motivation is lacking. And if I'm honest, it feels like a little bit lethargic and like you're dragging your feet, and it's like, oh, nothing I do is going to work anyway. Well, if you believe that, then that's going to be the energy you have in your life. Things are going to work, and if you put your time and effort into making the changes that you want in your life, of course you're going to get results. But you can either drag your feet and be in this heavy mindset, or you can decide, I'm going to do the things, and it's going to feel good whilst I'm doing the things. Now, what's really interesting to me is I'm seeing packing boxes. Now, some of you might, yes, physically be going through a move, and moves are very, very good for you right now, Cancer. But I feel like for the majority of you, the packing boxes is more of a metaphor. It's like packing up boxes to old chapters of your life. And it's like, okay, I'm finally done with this person, and I'm finally done with that chapter, and I'm finally done with those old energies. And it's like you're packing boxes of chapters of your life that are no longer working out for you. And I feel the main focus for you in December is to stop letting time get the better of you. We all have, I'm not going to say we all have the same amount of time, because a lot of us do have different responsibilities, but we all have so much time that we can give. And whatever you can give within your day is whatever you can give. It's like you get in your head of, well, I don't have enough time because I'm not giving this, 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 and this. And this is a time of accepting that your relationship with your work might look very different to other people's relationship with their work. However, give what you can. Your commitment to your health might look different to those who can go to the gym for 3 hours a day. However, give what you can. Because the idea of I can't give enough to all these chapters of my life is keeping you playing small. And at the end of the day, all the chapters of your life don't need every single inch of you. But what they do need is they need like what you can give. They need your capacity. And so this is your time of looking at what you can give and saying that's enough, right? There's always going to be something to do. That's life. That's how we know we're breathing. I never go to bed at the end of every day with every single thing done in my business. However, I accept I've done what I can physically do today, and you know what? Tomorrow will still come. And I allow myself to honor that there's always going to be an element of incompletion, and that's okay, and that's safe. Now, as we're going into the energy a little bit further, the one thing that I want to bring to the surface here for you is like, where are you going to allow yourself to acknowledge that you still don't trust that you can have what it is that you want? There is a self-worth thing that is going on here. And I can see by the way that you're kind of like responding to life that you're not like bringing that you're not bringing that like, let's go get it. And that's what you need right now. You need the let's go get it. You need the Be very mindful of other people's energy, colleagues, people around you, gossip, situations, like very dry energy, because let me tell you, that is not what should be around you right now. You don't need that. You don't need the gossip, and you don't need the mundane energy. You need the people that are in that go-getter season. What conversations are you tolerating? What conversations are you being a part of? And also, whose world are you being a part of? Is very, very important that you're taking notice of the worlds that you're involved in. And I do feel maybe upgrading some of your physical spaces to respond to the energy that you're ready for. But right now, you know, see yourself, see where you're playing small, see where you're tolerating. Because Cancer, I kind of don't have any sympathy for you right now. And I know that sounds cold, but a lot of what I'm seeing is like, you keep recreating this. You keep recreating this and being available to this again and again and again and again. You have to be the one that changes the things. You have to be the one that changes the cycles. You have to be the one that starts afresh. And this is all about mindset. Like, all of it comes back to your mindset. And I kind of feel like you know better. Like, you know why you get yourself in these funks. But are you willing to get yourself out of this funk once and for all? Because there's a lot of action that needs to take in a lot of different areas of your life. You know, finances, career, but then also health. I feel health has been one of the things that Cancer, for a lot of you, has been feeling kind of heavy. And that's something that you get to change and prioritize and commit to in a different way now moving forward. And so there's a lot of energy going into December. However, if you can fine-tune this in December, you'll be starting January ahead of the curve and feel so much better in yourself. And so it's almost like, when do you want to start this time-wise? Some of you are going to commit in December and you're going to start the new year feeling much more solid. Some of you are going to leave it, and you're going to leave it lingering and lingering and lingering and lingering, and you're going to get to the end of the month and be like, I've got all of this energy that I want to change inside of me. The other thing is about remembering that it's a long haul process. And so you're going to have to do some of the things that you maybe don't want to do right now, especially on the work front, but that's so that you can get to where you want to be in the long run. So don't be disconnected from the right now. Let yourself be in the right now. Make those changes, because it's getting you towards your future. And just accept that there's always a process as we're working towards our future. It's not an overnight switch. It's not an overnight, everything's coming to the surface. It's a process. However, you get to be available to that process. So drop me a like and subscribe, and please comment down below and let me know how this resonated. And I cannot wait to serve you in 2026 here on YouTube.